All right, guys. Now, if you remember last week and the week before for that, we've been kind of talking about NFTs a little bit the last couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Just trying to kind of sort it out, figure out what's going on there. Try to understand the game. Try to maybe see if it's something we wanted to try out. Now, as it turns out, last week we did a cold open that was about NFTs. And after doing that, based on the file size limitations of NFTs, we were able to have that cold open minted as an NFT last week. Very different. Yeah, we made it real, man. But I gotta tell you, this NFT stuff's been going on a couple of months, and some people are starting to turn on it. And still, I think we're still at a point where nobody really knows what the fuck is going on here. And some people are starting to get pretty fucking mad about it. NFTs are a pyramid scheme, and people are already losing money.
Oh, come on.
No, they're already mad. You know what this is? This is somebody who lost money. And so they're mad. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And ain't that always the fucking way, dude? But,
sure.
We talked last week a little bit about the difference in conventional art you would find on a canvas or a paper or whatever the case may be, sculpture or whatever, and digital artwork as well. I mean, we live in an age of digital video. There are no film reels of anything I've ever done. Is that so different? Instead of painting on a canvas, right? These people are using a computer. Well, instead of cutting little pieces of film together and using glue and tape and that machine with the pins and a bunch of crap I don't even know how to fucking do because I've literally never done it, everything I've ever done is digital. You can store my entire...
There should definitely be a way to encrypt that and make it unique and make it, something that only you can access. Yeah.
Right. I mean, what's the potential for cutting out the middleman when it comes to things like copyright? As soon as you make it and mint it, it's done. No need to bring in the federal government. Wouldn't that be interesting, huh? Wouldn't that be interesting? And it's...
They're not going to like that, Yogi.
No, they're definitely not going to like that. Hey, boo-boo. The federal government's coming in here and telling us we can't make art.
Basket.
That's right. I've been trying to train the dog. She loves to play tug of war and shake. She likes to shake the toys back and forth. So whenever I pull on it, I'll give her a command like, Lucy, it's the government. They're here. And then she goes, and shakes it and growls and all of that. I'm hoping that she'll develop a Pavlovian response in case anybody ever tries to come in my front door. Hopefully it'll help, man. But you know what? It's not just digital art that's out there these days. There's also digital artists, for that matter. Yeah, man. Robot Artist sells art for $688,888 and is now eyeing a music career. She decided that herself?
You're gonna get my territory there, robot.
Fuck.
Yeah.
She's on
Fuck that robot.
Now, I'll tell you something, man. I'll tell you something. A pyramid scheme is something where the people at the top take money from the people who work hard at the bottom. Well, isn't that what happened here? The guy that programmed this bitch is the one making it. What's she gonna do? She ain't buying a house. She doesn't need to buy a new mattress because she doesn't need to sleep. Now that's a fucking pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
absolutely. Yeah, the guy's making the money.
Right. Gesundheit, by the way, Phil.
Thank you. Yeah, that was uncontrollable.
You know what else is a pyramid scheme? Selling stuff that doesn't belong to you. Again, guys at the top taking money from people who are doing the work at the bottom. And not that I'm a big fan of Nike or Lil Nas X, but Satan shoes with human blood and the Nike lawsuit, what to know? I'll tell you what to know. They weren't his shoes. You can't buy Nikes off the shelf, modify them, and then sell them. Nike says they had nothing to do with the production. And if that's true, then that means that you're modifying and reselling a copyrighted product. Now, I know there's an argument to be made that shouldn't be the case, but when we've been talking recently about how IPs correlate with NFTs and how they work with copyright and what the federal precedent is for these things and where federal precedent gaps are, I think something like this is an important one to note. Because the fact is, you buy a fucking Tesla and paint it, you can't sell it as a wrestler and fucking, you know what I mean? You can't do that, bro. You can't download a wrestler. You can't download an episode of Golf City and put a color filter on it and then upload it and say you're the one that made it. Bullshit. You can't fucking do that, man. You know, and that's the same.
Oh shit!
I gotta
stop and upload. Hold on.
That's the same way I feel about this. I couldn't give a fuck about a music video where a rapper is having sex with Satan or shoes. I cannot imagine giving a shit about that. You know what I mean? But the fact is, I think the lawsuit is probably going to stand long term, man. And that's how it goes sometimes. But that's what happens when you're talking about how art changes hands, not only in copyright, but in value. And those are the core problems that people are having with NFTs. They don't understand how the ownership works, and they're having a hard time assessing what the value is going to be. But again, is it so different from what we would consider real art prior to this? Look how easy it is to lose your money there. Couple accidentally paints over $500,000 artwork.
Oh my
Oof.
God. Oh.
So somebody bought this big graffiti piece for $500,000, put it in their place. These two walked through and thought it was a community art project, painted over it. The guy lost all his money. See how easy that is?
Damn.
See how easy that is? By the way, Prony Maloney for 10 bits says she means the robot, would probably be better and more creative than Cardi B. I mean, that's a low bar, but you might be right, man. Oh, shit. But now the thing is...
circuit board.
Shocking. All right. All right. Good night, everybody.
Wow.
Now, all of this recent stuff has happened because in the last week there's been a bit of a price crash with a lot of NFTs, and it stirs debate on whether stimulus-led fad is over. Well, that's the same in literally any market where people spent money out of their stimulus. Of course, you're going to have a swell and crash there. I wanted to bring this up because I love the display scenario here. Just a bunch of flat screens on the wall.
Yeah,
you could change the curation every day. That is fucking sweet.
Is that a shark eating a pig?
I think this pig is safely sleeping in that shark is what it looks like to me,
chilling
man.
there, yeah.
God, man, that's something else, dude. I'll tell you, it's all very, very strange. And it's strange where people draw the line on what's worth money and what's worth not. And let's not shit ourselves. Art is whatever it's worth to you. That's what it's worth. Your interpretation of it, what it does for you personally, that's what makes it valuable. Not because the paint costs so much or because this guy's so goddamn good at moving pixels around with a mouse. No. That doesn't give anything intrinsic value, and nobody would care. I'll give you a prime example of something that technically is worth very little. But to people's hearts and minds, it's worth quite a lot. Remember we talked about Super Mario Brothers last week? Well, that record got broken. A sealed copy of Super Mario Brothers just sold for $660,000.
Damn. It's going to be a Gulf City DVD one day.
Oh, man, that would be
the previous record was 140,000. That's ridiculous, but 660,000.
Right.
Holy shit.
So what is art really worth? Is it a tool for totally legitimate businesses like money laundering? Yeah, of course. Anything that's cash can be used that way. But as far as people who are serious collectors and want to have these things in their home, and I can certainly understand that, it's worth whatever it's worth to you. Look at this. I mean, they quadrupled the fucking more than quadrupled the price of a Super Mario Brothers cartridge, which is, 128 kilobytes of memory? We were talking about this last week. $660,000. It's less than an email. You know what I mean? That's nothing. Less than a megabyte, that's nothing. God damn. But that being the case, with all of these things, I still think it's worth ourselves trying to go through the experiment on our own and see what we come up with and what we think about it long term. So, guys, you may recall last week's Cold Open, wherein we talk about NFTs, and we did wait for the mint, and now it is available. If you go to OpenSea, that's right, baby. If you go to OpenSea.io, a company that claims they are going to be the Amazon of NFTs, now Gulf City has a store, and there is one NFT available on auction. The auction ends at this time next week. so we would know how it came out during the Fright Power Hour live on next week's show. Now, I don't know how this is all going to work. I know you need Ethereum to bid on it. We talked about that last week. I know there are setup costs and time. I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out. At the very least, if you would, friends, give it some views and some likes, even if you don't have the ability to bid on it, and let's see if it gets popularized among other collections on the site and if other people happen to find it. If nothing else, I'm just really interested to see how this goes. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Almo says, can you provide us a link? Producer Duel, if you would be so kind, can you get a link to it's kind of hard to get from inside the account. Can you grab a link to either the Gold City store page or the actual auction page for that NFT and post it in the chat, if you would, please? Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Grinding the Ass says, that is insane. It's true. It's true. We gotta always look for the new and try something different. Oh, there goes the link. Goddamn. Hey, you want to talk about that fucking?
Make sure they can see it. It's a short link.
Yeah, it's a short link. You don't want them to miss it. You want to talk about blockchain verification? That's like 400 fucking characters. But guys, go check it out. Give it some likes. Give it some views. Take a look at the store and how I don't even understand how it functions from the outside. I've only done the account creation. I've never bid on anything. I'd love to hear back from the Whale Gang. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll talk about it on next week's show right before the auction ends. But this is part of the saga to experience NFTs for ourselves and see what the fuck happens. What do you think, Phil? What do you think about this whole plan?
I think you can only bid on it with wrapped Ethereum, which is WETH.
Now, see, when I set it up, it asked me what it gives you ETH or WETH options. I said set it up to bid in ETH. I don't know why it's doing that.
Oh, that's weird. When I went to bid, it would only let me do it in WETH, but that's what I would suggest doing because there is a transfer fee to transfer from Ethereum to wrapped Ethereum. So
really.
Yeah, so so if you have the option to buy the wrapped Ethereum outright, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. And again, maybe if we get some tweets or some DMs, I'll read them on next week's show about people's experiences with OpenSea and just trying to even look at this thing, let alone attempting to bid. Share it out. People that that might be interested in NFTs, ask them what they think. I really want to just understand how this entire process works and decide if maybe it's something we want to go forward with in the future. But at any rate, go to OpenSea.io, search for Gulf City, and tell me what you think of our brand new NFT.
I'm not a criminal. I'm an artist working in an unpopular medium. Can I just speak to you? Really speak to you like man to man. I've known you for a long time, William. And I know about your penchant for spying on women.